What's up, everybody? We're here for another X-Men review, and I got my boy Tony D.
It's me again. Right, right.
All right, y'all. Hopefully, you're caught up from all the episodes. Last one was brutal, brutal. Oh my gosh, one of the best X-Men characters ever. He ain't with us no more, and maybe another one because we can't say yet. But anyway, we're gonna jump into this thing. So. Yeah, here we go. So we're going to show images like I always do and just kind of talk about it as we go along. All right, so let's see, X-Men. There we go. Title. Always look for the title thing because they show new things oftentimes.
Yes, they do.
Now, in this one, why I put Cyclops up here is because up to now, Magneto was always the first one, and now Magneto's not even in it. They took him out.
Mm-hmm.
So that already makes you say, uh-oh. And then they added Nightcrawler and took out Gambit. Sad face. So.
Rest in peace, Gambit. That was terrible. That
was so brutal, man. Here is Nimrod. This is a future Sentinel. They show him, and this is all in the title thing. And then he's there, and they show him inside of a master mold. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. We ain't even in the episode yet.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. And then this is actually from the original cartoon, Storm and Wolverine. Look at how different they look here. The alternate timeline got created, and this was all in the original. If you go back, you can watch it. Bishop ended up going there, and he's like, yo, this timeline's all messed up because look at how they're dressed and everything. That's not how they look. Whatever.
Storm had that outfit. Was that an alternate timeline, or was that around the evolution time is my question.
Well, this specifically, it was an alternate timeline that was created because Nimrod, the future one, went back and killed Xavier.
Yeah. You're right. Because Wolverine is still holding the old one. X-Men Evolution, he looked a whole lot different. You're correct. That was a different timeline. Yes.
So yeah. So this is again, this is all an intro. This is just reminders and clues to what's possibly coming up. That's what they do. Then we got the Imperial Guard. Is that what they're called? I think from the Shi'ar.
The Shi'ar. That's my boy Gladiator. That's the dude in X-Men to me. That's the guy. I like that dude. I like that.
And before anybody says it, yes, it's a Superman ripoff. I'm sorry, it is. We know.
I wasn't going to do that, but okay.
I wasn't the only one. Now, this is another reminder from the old one because Professor X at one point before he met Lilandra, he thought he was going crazy because he was like, he felt somebody out there trying to reach out to him. He's like, you driving me crazy. And then he finally, she comes and meets up with him and love and blah, 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 blah. This is all the intro. We didn't even start the episode yet.
Yes.
Now we start the episode. We're in space. Space. We just saw Gambit and Rogue holding him and saying, Sugar, I can't feel you. And now we're in space. What? Why are we in space? Well, you're about to find out. We got space battles going on. Shit. People fighting.
You a sick man.
No. We got the Shi'ar, and they're obviously part of the battle. And yeah, stuff blowing up, boom, 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 all over the place. And then the Kree, with the guy in the green, that's the Kree. So somebody broke. See the glass is breaking, blah, blah, blah. Somebody's getting in there. And this is Deathbird. She's got because the vacuum of space, they haven't sealed it yet. She attacks them, and then the guys are flying out into space until they seal it up. And this guy hits the button to seal that thing. And then here she is. She's like, oh, she's ready to fight. This girl, she is always ready to fight. She is something else. She
is something else. She is.
She really, really is. And then Ronan, if you ever watched Guardians of the Galaxy, this is Ronan. There he is. He's all confident, like, I got this. No, you don't.
Yo, Ronan wants to smoke with everybody, even from Guardians of the Galaxy. He realized what power was, and he's a little sneaky something too. I'm not mad at him, but they're gonna get him. Go ahead.
Yep. So then, boom, another explosion happens. Now what's going on? Oh, it's the Imperial Guard. So
yeah, now you got problems. Yep. Now you got problems.
Big problems, literally. Because one of them is literally a giant. But
they're been there like the Wu-Tang Clan. You got
So here we go. Is our boy Gladiator. He's getting ready to fight. All right, here we go. And boom, he's go at it. And I don't
know that guy. I keep forgetting everybody else's names besides Gladiator, but my man with the flame, I don't remember his name. And this dude that grows real big, I remember him from the old cartoon too. I forgot his name as well.
Yeah, I should have looked him up. I forgot.
So
And then Deathbird, she's trying to humble Ronin.
Yeah.
And what else we got here? Oh, this. Do you know who this is?
No.
Believe it or not, for those that don't know, his name is Vulcan. He is the third Summers brother. Scott, Alex, or Havoc, and
Yeah,
now.
Havoc.
So his parents were captured by Lalandra's crazy brother.
Yes, that's true. So he's their brother. Wow.
Yeah. So he apparently was pregnant, and even though they killed her, they kept the baby, and this is the baby. And
Wow.
nobody has said anything. Like he don't even know that Scott's the brother. No, nobody knows nothing. So, but it's weird that they showed him in here. It's like, okay,
Yeah, season 2 is about to be sick before.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like foreshadowing for some reason. I don't know. And then this guy comes and he's like, "Oh, Deathbird, I have to tell you something." He's like, "You bother me in my glorious moment, whatever," because she got an attitude. And he's like, "Oh, what's your sister, Lalandra?" And she's like, "Oh, well, it's Lalandra. You know, we gotta listen to her." But look how they got them all stacked up, like they're gonna kill them all or something. I don't know.
It was. If you ask me, she was about to knock all of them off.
Yep.
Davy Jones style.
Yeah. Then we got a hologram of Lalandra. She is the ruler of this whole galaxy, part of the galaxy thing, and she's sister of Deathbird. She ain't crazy like Deathbird, though, thank goodness. And she's in love with Charles, who I mentioned Charles. Wait, everybody that's watched the cartoon up to now is like, Charles is dead. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was dead, right?
Let's see. Who is this in a chair?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Captain Kirk.
So the announcement here, you see all these people everywhere in this ginormous place, and the loungers gonna make this big announcement, and they're all like, "Okay, waiting to see what's going on, what's happening." And even in other parts of the galaxy, this is like a whole nother planet and whatever. And she's showing everybody, and here's the people that are her council, whatever.
You know what power you gotta have to go across the galaxy simultaneously?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't doing nothing down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So here she is. She looks pleased as can be, and look at the eyes on these people. They're like, "Say what?"
Right. Just for the announcement, right?
And who is this? Who is this?
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know. We about to find. Oh, Xavier! I thought he was dead.
Right,
He was never dead. He was never dead. If you watch the original cartoon, in the very last episode, Lilandra took him to go with her because she said, "I have the technology to save your life."
Save your life, yes.
But
when you leave the realm of existence that we know about, you die. So when you come back, it's a whole. There's a lot of subliminals in these Marvel cartoons. People be missing, man. I say cartoons like I'm from the New England area. I've been around you too long. Keep it going. I ain't having this. No.
Massachusetts, though. I don't be saying "Park the car" in Scotland. Yeah. Anyway, he is alive, but on Earth, I just think they personally thought it's easier to just say he's dead than say he's been taken by aliens in space.
Because you start a panic, exactly.
Right. So I think that's why they did that.
That's why everybody who's occupying the moon and let's keep going. I'm sorry.
So again, the shock faces. They're like, "What? Say what?" And yeah, there they are. Like, "We get married. We about to jump the broom." Oh, that was bad. I shouldn't say that. Anyway,
easy.
That's easy. And then there you go. They're showing the hologram. Deathbird is like, ugh. And she's not happy about this at all. Like she's like,
and if I may, she actually makes sense as you go through the storyline and as you realize what's going on. They are a galactic power, and he is an Earthling. His magnificence is more centralized than theirs is. They're on a galactic level. He's on a planetary level. They do not see him as strong enough or even worthy of a throne because he's not familiar. I do kind of give her credit for that, but keep it going, please.
And she even was like thinking that, oh, you want to make Earth the central hub of our galaxy?
She wasn't having, you're not going to limit us. Exactly.
Nah, she wouldn't have that. So now they're having a heart-to-heart talk. And oh, wait a minute. Before that, I forgot there was a part before when they're walking out. And Xavier said, "These people are treating me like I'm your pet." And then she's like, I forgot what she said. She goes, "You can bark later, darling." I was like, "Charles, you freaking the sheets? What's going on here? What are y'all talking about?"
A lot of these women today, I'm not going to say
that threw me. He's like, "You could bark later." I'm like, "What? Oh, what?" No. So anyway, they're in discussion, and he's like, he misses Earth. He wants to go back, and she's like, "Well, you could just like send him a message."
Yeah,
Like,
which is kind of crazy. And we're getting to where I wanted to talk about it, how when you got to make a commitment to somebody, how you got to give up something.
mm,
Mind you, in this relationship, based on what you just said, he has to give up and she doesn't.
mm,
Does anybody see a subliminal in that? I kind of caught it myself.
yeah, yeah,
Really, but keep it going. I'm just saying.
yeah, we got a lot to get through, but yeah. So she's like, "Well, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it."
Ain't that something?
Yeah. Anyway, now we back to Earth. We were at Forge's place, and Forge is not doing good. He's got
No, he's not. No,
he's
he's
got
not.
that purple crap on his shoulder. That's where the adversary, the demon, bit him, and he is not doing well. Storm's trying to help him as best she can, and I think she either, I don't know if she dropped it or he hit it out of her hand, whatever. The cup fell, and then you can see in the reflection that freaking demon again.
I
Oh,
think he knocked it out of her hand, from what I remember.
yeah.
He's kind of stubborn with his ways, and he was trying to face what was going on. And it's like you don't want anybody to help you while you deal with what you're going through or pity you, which I kind of found to be, dog, don't do that with somebody that cares for you. And she's actually genuine about him, but he still has a little bit of a guard up within himself. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. And if you look in the background,
Yeah, I see it.
again, that stupid thing never leaves him alone. And there it is, that beautiful looking bird. No, it's not.
I beg your pardon.
Okay. Now, the interesting thing is, in the original comics, the adversary is just a Native American looking person. But
Gotcha.
here they chose to make it in this demonic looking owl thing, which torments Storm in Storm's voice. Because it's the same actress that does the voice. I'm like, that's interesting. So I think they should have called it Tormentor, because that's all it does is just torment Storm. So you can see he's in pain, man. This thing is hurting. It's doing something bad. And if it reaches his heart, bye. He gone.
Looking like Tony Stark with the little
Yeah.
jigsaw puzzle he had on his neck. Exactly.
Yep. So she is trying to get out, and she's even trying to smash the window. Nothing's working.
Right.
Like, what is going on? And now she knows, okay, we in Vision Land with this demon thing again. And all of a sudden he comes up and throws her into a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, people. Storm has severe claustrophobia.
Severe. I'm right there with you. Go ahead. Yes.
Her parents died, I think, in a building collapsing, and she survived, but her parents both died, and she couldn't get out for the longest time. So she has claustrophobia from being a kid.
PTSD from it, exactly.
Yeah. So this demon is, you are a jerk. Anyway, he's really bothering her. She's inside. She's like, get me out. I got to get out of here. She's kicking it. She's trying to get out. She can't get out. And now it's inside with her, talking to her, tormenting her as he always does. And she's like, I don't want to hear you.
Kind of reminds you of the devil and Jesus a little bit, does it not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some 30 days of fasting, you know what I'm saying?
40 days, yeah.
That's for the biblical folks. How's everybody doing? Go ahead.
Yeah. He did that for me, I'm sure. But anyway, then you see the face popping through, and then it changes into her face, Jean's face, demonic looking Beast. Wolverine goes through the whole thing. Rogue, Gambit, who's dead, Scott. She's just trying to get the heck out of there. Now all of a sudden she's falling, and she finds herself back in Storm's place again. And there's the demon again. Just he will not leave her alone. Now all of a sudden, Forge comes up behind, looking like Doctor Strange.
Caught that with the sling ring? Yeah.
With the book and the magic happening, like Doctor Strange. I was like, wait, what? Because a lot of people didn't know he could do that. So he's doing the spells and whatever, trying to cast the demon out of her. And if you look at his image, look at her eyes; they're red because that thing is really
around the hand, like you said, with the Doctor Strange. So there's a bit of a similarity. Can we see a continuation throughout the Marvel universe for another 20 years, ladies and gentlemen? Can we talk about that? Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, her eyes here are red. So that demon's really messing with her bad, because even her eyes are red, like its eyes are red, and he's trying
to get to her. The demon really emphasizes your fears coming against you. You have to face them and deal with it. I think Storm's character has avoided a lot of fears as much as she has embraced her strength. To me, the more you embrace your strength, there's a side of you you've been suppressing that people keep trying to bring back in your face. That's what was going on in this episode to me.
Yeah, definitely. So Forge got the magic flowing, and now it backs off of her, and he's got it. He's tying it up somehow with the magic,
Mhm.
and he's saying his incantations, looking like Doctor Strange again. It's like, wow.
Oh
Pretty
boy, he been to Comitage. I don't care what nobody said. He been to Comitage.
And then when you watch the episode, it looks like the bird's getting sucked in, but then for a second it like jumps back out. It scared the crap out of me when I saw that the first time. I was like, "Whoa!" But then he gets it. He traps it in this thing and sends it to wherever. And you can see she's like, "What? Like you do magic, whatever?" And you can still see the little yellow magic-y
She
thing.
wasn't the only one looking like that. I was like, yo, that's
Exactly. But now he's like spent. He is he's about to collapse because it was too. He's sick. He's really sick. But he had to
one,
do.
he's sick, and two, when you use that power and you get exhausted, you know where that comes from when they pull that matter from the dark universe. That's what Strange got upset the Sorcerer Supreme about. He was
Yeah.
pulling energy for, actually, it was Mordo had mentioned it on the end of the first Doctor Strange. They'll kind of get exhausted or whatever when you pull in that extra energy, which is not supposed to be allowed. I got you on that.
Yeah. So he falls into her arms. She catches him just in time, and then she pulls up the bandages, and this nastiness all
Yes.
over the skin looks pretty bad. And then she's like, "Well, that book you said that's your mom's book, magic. Like maybe there's something in there that can heal you." And he says, "The only thing that could heal me is the stuff that is in a certain place that we're gonna have to see if we can get it and apply it to this thing, and then maybe it'll help me." Blah blah blah. And but he's like, "Only problem is, it's in a dark, narrow place." Well, actually, he tells her that later. But anyway, so here you see they definitely have feelings for each other because before she slapped him.
Absolutely, yes.
Slapped him before because she was like, "I don't know my powers because of you, basically, because this is your technology." He's like, "Well, not exactly," but anyway, that's another episode from before.
Right.
But anyway, back to the Shi'ar with the weirdness here. Threw them birds in there just to show how weird it is. But here they are talking, discussing, and this is the part where he's like, they look at me like a pet. And she's like, "You can bark later." I was really with that. It was funny. And then so the council guy, he's there and he's still not happy, whatever. Deathbird comes flying in, and because she guys have her piece, and
with the greatest of ease.
yep. And then she's talking about this man gonna try to make us change our headquarters to the Milky Way ghetto, and mixing freak fluids with simians with us, and trying to mix birds and monkeys. You're trying to say because they're like
some deep low shots.
Very. She is petty. And then he's like, "I call for the right of Endasha," I think it was called, and she was about to explain it to me. He goes, I read that the second day I was here.
Exactly.
So she's like, "Well, I'm calling for that because this man's about to try to make everything messed up in our Shi'ar empire here, whatever." And so they're arguing, whatever, and she's like, "No, he's got to do it," yada yada, and they're shocked. They're like, "You gonna make him do that?" And the Amdasha thing, she gets to choose what it is. She says, "I want him to lose all his memories of Earth."
Disrespectful.
What? But here's the thing: like,
purge who you are to be amongst us. Disrespectful.
Yes, I'm like, but that changes you. Then you're not the same person. Like, I don't get it. Like, that's crazy to me. And then the sister, Lalandra's like, "He's a very formidable psychic. It's not going to be easy." And she's like, "Well, it's a great thing that you're psychic too, and you're just as powerful."
You should mention that.
You witch. Anyway, we switch to another scene, and Gladiator flies in, and they're having a little chit chat, and they're standing before these statues which represent their gods. Key 3, and I forget what the other one is. Anyway, it's like two different.
Respect to Gladiator for this scene right here because he actually went to talk to him. Normally, he don't have much to say to folks. He just does what he's supposed to do, and that's it. I think Gladiator had a respect for him on that aspect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think so too. Yeah. And so basically, these two, what they look at as guys now, were two different races that got together to stop fighting, and they got married, and that brought peace. So that was like their big thing, and they're just talking about all that blah blah blah. And he was saying to him that something that Gladiator had said reminded him of Magnus, I think he called him. And he goes, "I really don't want to forget him." And as he's saying that, she walks in. Melandra, "Oh, so you've made up your mind then?"
Which is messed up. That was pretty messed up on her end, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, she's trying to talk to him, be like, and he's like, "You know what? after everything you've done for me, you saved my life. He goes, I guess I will make this sacrifice and I'll go ahead and do this.
Because the people that you train should be trained well enough to be able to take care of yourselves without your take care of themselves without your leadership. Fully understood.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Fully understood.
yeah.
Like you said, you got to let them go sooner or later. We all go through that in life.
Yep.
But he had a deep emotion for what he created or what he started. She wants him to move on from it. Why are people still doing that in today's relationships? Give up everything you have and who you are to be with me, but I ain't got to give up nothing. Get out of here. Keep going. I'm sorry. I'm about to have a moment. I'm about to. You're gonna make me go live after this. Keep.
If you're making fun of cartoons, they're deeper than you think, y'all.
Y'all deeper than you think. This is X-Men, baby.
So he's like, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice, and she's like, oh yay, kissy kissy. Okay,
I'm gonna do what I want you to do.
So Storm back to Storm forward, and she's riding the horse trying to get into the place. Snow snake tower or something like that. They call this over here.
Devil's Tower, but yes, Snow State Tower, yes.
And as you can see, nice sunny, bright weather. I'm saying that for a reason. And that's where they could find this plant that can hopefully help him, almost like an aloe vera kind of a plant, I think.
Yes.
So they see this, and she's like, yeah, this is where the Confederates used to hide their ammo, basically, in this place. Because she's like, what's that all about? And she's like, oh, yeah, those people that treated y'all like crap. Yep. So they're walking through, and, he's like, here's a part I don't think I really told you. Where this is found, it's in a very narrow, dark place. And again, claustrophobia.
Yes.
And he starts to get sick, and he lays down, and he flashes the flashlight. He's like, you got to go in there. And she's like, oh, God.
He ain't no good either. You see the look on her face?
She's like, you got to be kidding me.
I want to say what she's actually thinking and saying, but I don't want to say that on your broadcast.
I can imagine. Back to the Shi'ar. Back to the Shi'ar. We here, but we can't say that. Anyway, so Lalandra is behind Xavier, and she's getting ready to do this. She's getting ready to try to wipe his mind of his earthly memories, which again is nuts. Like, that's who you are. How do you do that? I don't understand. So he's there. He's submitted to it, and he's going to go through it. And you see there's this psychic, messy, whatever in her head. You can see it. And this guy's like, do you renounce your time on the earth? Do you renounce your X-Men? Blah, blah, blah. And when he says, do you renounce your X-Men? He's like, he hesitates. Deathbird, here she comes. See?
She come walking up in there. Look at
Yep. I knew it. Like, she comes in with her crew. She got her soldiers, and then you got the Lalandra soldiers in the front, gladiators flying up there in the middle, like, what's about to go down here? And so they're kind of like, you can see they ain't too friendly, these two different soldiers here. And she's like, see, I told you he ain't gonna do it, yada yada yada. So they're fighting, and then they're having an argument, and Xavier goes behind.
What's crazy, Rick? She was fighting. She wasn't even fighting for the throne. She really wasn't. She was just
that is what she wants.
I understand it's what she wants, but she was really fighting for who they were.
Yeah. And then Xavier comes up behind him. He says, "My God, you are dramatic," which made me laugh. And then
the emotional one, aren't you?
Yep. And then up here, these people got to chime in talking about he's not even a full human. He's a mutant. He's like an offshoot. Like, he's not even pure Terran.
See, this is what that hit me. Where is he from? Ain't he from Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he from? For them to even say that. See, I would have switched right there. You know what? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. This is not my apologies to all of his fans. This is not.
Their attitude is different because on Earth they call themselves Homo superior, so they feel that they're higher than regular humans, but she's they're lower. I'm like, whatever. You're human.
You're lower than the regular human. Disrespectful once again.
Yeah. So anyway, Lalandra ain't happy, and neither is Deathbird. And here we go. She's ready to fight because she's always ready to fight. And she's going for Lalandra. She's lunging at Lalandra, and Gladiator's like, no, not today.
That's my boy right there. I ain't gonna
scratch him with her nails or whatever. I think they're claws, and you ain't touching Gladiator.
Like, you ain't messing with Gladiator, man. He flies through galaxies looking at you. Nah, take your claws on back somewhere. Exactly.
Yep. So totally missed her. he puts up his fist.
Mhm.
He punched her so hard she flew to the wall. My back hurt just looking at that.
More than daggone. The pimp hand came out.
Boom! She's on the ground. And then Deathbird says something about for the glory of whatever, and one of the gods, I think, names. And then her people start shooting, and they're shooting at them, and Lisandra's people looking a little scary. But Gladiator, of course, he ain't scared of nothing. And he and
Hey, Melanie, how you doing, lady?
hey, Melanie's in the building. What's up? And put your hello up here since we're not doing the regular chat. There's Melanie. Just like Superman, blow it out.
Ouch.
Exactly. Just like Superman, just blows them away.
Really, you gonna do that? Really?
Anyway, yeah. So you see here they go, like just like Superman. It's the same thing. And again, like Superman, the lasers out the eyes. They literally copied DC. This is crazy. Because somebody threw a bomb and he shoots at it, it blows up and it blew up hard. Everybody's like, whoa, whatever. And it blew up real hard. And here we go. This girl cannot stop. Deathbird, she's trying to get somebody.
You gotta respect it about her. She's got a fighting spirit. How do you not?
She sure does.
You can't trust him like public
Yeah.
Donald Trump. I said the same time.
She gets Xavier in the leg. You can see she cut his leg right there. And Lisandra's like, beloved, and whatever. And then she going for Lilandra again. He's like, look out behind you, whatever. And she dives at her sister. And there's Xavier's like on the ground. He's like, what the heck am I doing?
Take your time, Melanie. They're good episodes.
I got powers. What am I doing here?
Exactly. Yeah, he went back to who he is. That was going to be what I wanted to build up to.
Mhm.
He actually said, "I forgot about my greatest gift to work."
Yep.
Exactly. Yes.
So this was pretty cool. And then everybody's hitting everybody that's at least in positions of power. They're all going to be put into the astral plane by him. And here they are.
Where did we hear astral plane before? Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm. In the previous episode too. Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. Because also Madeline and Scott was on the astral plane fooling around. Well, when Jean was back, it was also the astral plane. That's another story.
That's another story. Yes.
He says, "Class is in session."
Since you think I'm worthy, let me show you what I am worthy of. And yet, now that you move, and Gladiator was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Yeah, it took over right there." Yes.
Yep. So, and now we're back to Storm again, and she's crawling through this very tight space. She's got the flashlight in her mouth, because she needs both hands to climb through, and she drops the freaking flashlight in it. That's the plant over there on the side.
Man, Rich, what's good, man?
Hey, taking a break from current news.
He's taking a break from the current.
I don't blame you.
I got it on in the background. Trust me.
So, okay, she hadn't dropped it yet, but she's about to. And here she drops the flashlight. It's like, oh crap! Now I'm totally in the dark. What's gonna go happen now? I can't even see. And they're going down the cavern, and look who shows up! This stupid bird again.
Exactly.
This freaking demon. What in the world? And so it's
saying freaking. I'm proud of you.
So same here, Rich says, yeah. So again, doing his job of tormenting. That's what it does, tormenting her. And one thing that he says to her is so weird to me. He goes, "Believe the lie. Believe the lie." I'm like,
all subject to manipulation, so I can be empowered. Once again, what I've been saying the whole episode.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, but if you know it's a lie, why would you believe it? It doesn't even make sense. What is the lie? And we want to find out what the lie is. That is she really powerless? Did she really lose her powers? So he's looking at her here, and she's holding on to dear life. He's trying to make her think like it's coming in and closing in against her with the claustrophobia. He's bothering her. Forge is down there just chilling, but he's in pain.
Suffering, yes.
Yeah. And then remember how I said it was nice and sunny outside before? It ain't looking so sunny now, is it?
You might want to put, there you go, fear not. There go Melanie. I see you over there.
It's looking so sunny now, is it? Okay, bird. Now you got, okay, you now you're really ticking me off. Now you're gonna make me dig deep. And all this wind, I don't know if you can tell that's wind, but that's wind. And still is trying to torment her, believe the lie, blah, 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 all this garbage. Now we got lightning all over the place. Uh-oh. And who does that? Who controls lightning? Spoiler alert.
That's right. That's right.
And wow, lightning's all around, even the bird. And here it is. She got
The
her
bird ain't the word no more.
trust the process, man. Too funny. Too funny. And so she got her powers back, obviously. And I'm like, Bird, you about to be Kentucky Fried Chicken in a minute. Here, her,
Under a light in Walmart. There you go.
suddenly her hair comes back out. Like, we don't know how. We don't even care. And because she's looking glorious. And she's hitting the bird, and he gets fricasseed. You are now Kentucky Fried Chicken. He gone. Storm, you can see it up the actual storm in the clouds. Birds, the feathers flying everywhere. She zapped the crap out of that thing. And even in the upper atmosphere where the satellites are, the storm she created is so strong. It's all the way in the upper atmosphere.
Like the day after tomorrow.
Yep. She comes flying out. She's flying because she can fly. She comes flying out.
You missed the key part. I got to jump in. I know we had 30 minutes. I apologize. But she
Oh,
was
you
saying, well, if you're the thunder, then I'm the lightning.
Yeah, she did say that. You're right. You're exactly right. So she manifests a whole different outfit, as you can see here, which is her original outfit when she was first introduced to the X-Men comic books. This is what her first
Stop
outfit was.
right there. I apologize to any and everybody out there. Let me tell you something. You want to make Marvel get another $3, $4, $5 billion? You are going to have to work on casting Angela Bassett as Storm. She's the only one who's going to do this properly. Do you see that stance right there? You tell me Angela Bassett can't pull that off?
But wasn't she?
Marvel, I'm on your case. Y'all tripping. Y'all did good with Black Panther. Angela Bassett, if you don't want to do it, I highly apologize to you from the bottom of my heart. That's when I saw all that aspects. But since the 90s, ever since Boys in the Hood, can't nobody see nobody being Storm but you.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think they're gonna try to find somebody.
I apologize to Halle Berry. I apologize to the dude, the other one for the new generation. But Angela Bassett has got to be Storm. Angela Bassett has got to be Storm. You see that right there?
Yeah.
Do you hear her voice? If you love Tina Turner, how you not love it? Let me shut up. I apologize, y'all. This is Rick Moss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna get somebody younger. Although I can see her doing it, but they're gonna probably get somebody younger. To be honest with you, but Halle Berry, no disrespect to you, but
none at all. You are a great actress. I'm sorry, but we as damn it, I'm trying to behave, man. Stop. We as fans know who we want to see, and I want to apologize to a lot of actors if we typecast you, like how Johnny Depp, what he's going through Pirates of the Caribbean. He never really plays a character more than once, and we got him going to movie number 7, number 8, like he Luke Skywalker or somebody. But this right here, Halle Berry was fine. But what we've been envisioning since the 90s, we hear her voice, we see her.
Yeah,
we really do. And I'll say that for myself. If I'm wrong, then what do you say on a Pirates of the Caribbean? Whatever. Y'all get mad at me. I don't care. But Angela Bassett can run that. She could run that very well. I don't even think she has to put too much effort. All she has to do is have a look between her and Claire Huxtable. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Rich says, I think they bring back a live Iron Man as a X-Men. Won't that be cool?
I heard he's coming back. I haven't seen any confirmation. They were doing something with his daughter. I don't know if they're going to bring him back.
Yeah. So. But yeah, as we're watching it, all of us are probably saying, like, how did she get a new costume? But we're so happy she got her powers back. We don't care.
We don't care. No, we do not. We do not.
Nobody cared.
And you know, even as teenagers, we got to say something, y'all. Look at those legs. Keep going.
What Rich say by far is my favorite. Oh, Iron Man, you mean? Yeah. He's definitely cool. I was shocked when I was like, first Marvel movie you're gonna make is Iron Man. Who cares about Iron Man? But they made us care.
The first Marvel movie, though, the first one I think was the Hulk, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, in this iteration,
it's like, well, Iron Man is a staple. He's been a staple, yes.
Yeah. So, but I will say, in her ancestry, she did have people that dealt with magic. So I'm just gonna pretend magic kicked in and she made a new costume. We didn't even realize it. Whatever. We don't.
I feel like Vision just.
Yeah. There's horses out there, and she's happy that she could fly again, and she's running with the horses. You see her flying over the water. She's definitely happy. And we're back at Forge's place again, and she got the medicine, and she's putting it on him, looking pretty bad there. And immediately, immediately he gets better.
She
And he
she
gets
was
real.
able to be herself to help somebody else be who they are. Adam Garcia, Bitcoin, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Adam, what's up, bro? And so yeah, he gets better. Medicine worked. That aloe vera. That's not aloe vera. So he's like, I think he says something. So should we go like to an island or something and have a getaway now that I'm better? We're both better. She got her powers back. He ain't sick anymore. And then he flicks on the TV. Fireman Rich said that's some good meds. That's some good stuff right there. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He flicks on the TV, and oh boy, then they
Yes.
found out about what just happened in Genosha in the last episode, the massacre.
Massacre, absolute massacre. Yes.
Absolutely. And
Absolute massacre.
like in shock. She can't believe it, like she's away from them and now she's like, oh my gosh, obviously she's probably thinking I gotta go, try to help. So
Because and she's feeling that. Guess who else is feeling it? Let's continue.
yeah. So now we switch back to Xavier, see what he's up to with his class in session. And he says, I forgot what he said, but she gets up and she says, "Inferior minds from the skulls crushed of inferior minds like you. Like how did the empire get so big?" And that's what she said, from crushing inferior skulls like yours, something like that. And he's like, "You gotta raise your hand, demerits."
What's an apple in the mouth? You better be glad it's only an apple. Go ahead.
Oh my god, it was so funny. Look at her face. She's like, "What?" It was hysterical.
You
So he's explaining like the whole thing of, yeah, what y'all done is you go to these other races and then you like cripple them at the knees and act like, oh, but I can help you. You're the ones that did it. You're the ones that did this to me. And then put them into the empire, but they're like lower than them basically, even though they're trying to act like we're all the same. No, we're in charge though. We're in charge.
Right. We're all the same, but we got the power. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right. And he's like, the Shi'ar Empire, this is a snake oil racket.
Yes.
And this guy, he made me laugh because he actually raised his hand. He don't want an apple in the mouth. He raised his hand.
He pays attention.
Yep.
Attention.
Yep. And so anyway, it was funny. He's just trying to explain everything. And then he's like, Xavier said, who made up these rules, these silly rules that, you have to be, for me to be higher, I got to make you lower. And then Lalandra admits, she goes, we did. We made up the rules. At least she was honest.
Exactly.
At least she was honest. So she's still holding that apple death bird back there. Anyway.
So bad for her because she actually got shut down and she was fully embarrassed.
Yeah.
I told you to sit you down somewhere.
Then all of a sudden you see the globe, the earth starts to spin. It's like, and you can see his face is like, what's going on here? Because usually you put in the action plane, you're at control. Now he ain't in control. He's about to have a vision, just like Jean, who was actually Madeline, had a vision way back when in the beginning. And this thing spins and then it blows up seemingly. And he's like, he sees skeletons everywhere. He's like, what? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he didn't have control of what was going on in the astral plane. Even though you can access a specific realm, that doesn't mean you control that realm or what you do in that realm. That's why you got to be careful where you're going, what you're doing. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I want to have a moment. I'm sorry. Marvel empowers me.
You're good. And then all of a sudden he sees Gambit. He's like, Gambit? And then he sees Gambit looking like a skeleton. And then he realizes, oh no, he's like, oh no, my children of the atom, they were, dancing and having a good time. And he realizes they're dead. They're dead. Everybody's dead. And Gambit looking real bad here. And then just like that Godzilla Sentinel, he's blasted. He's getting ready to blast Xavier just like it did to them. So he understands what's happening. And it even looks like it's actually getting blasted. Again, this is astral plane. It's not physically happening to him, but he can feel it all. And then he hits the ground. He's like whatever. And Lalandra runs to him. He's like, what's going on? He's like, I got to get back to my X-Men.
I gotta go. Exactly.
I got to. She's like, you're gonna prove them right. We almost convinced them of doing this. No. I don't care no more. They need me. My people need me.
That's when you know, right there. Okay.
He's like, I love you. And he goes, if this is how our star-crossed love affair ends, I'm sorry, but they need me.
Because you're not giving up your people, so I'm not going to give up mine. Exactly.
Yep. So don't blame him at all. Don't blame him. And she's like, all right, what you gonna do? And he's like, I gotta go. Then
you gonna give up all this good for your people? Yes.
So that scene ends, and now we see Bolivar Trask running for his life. He is running. He's being chased. He don't know by who. Somebody zaps him from behind. He hits the ground, and you see all the green in that diner there. And if you remember who has a lot of this green background all the time, it's one of Tony's favorite
Villains of
villains.
all time, one of my favorite villains of all time,
Yep.
and you can tell by the
Mhm.
tassels.
Yep. Assholes. That's a good word. And then he's like, because he's asking for forgiveness for what happened in Genosha, because he knows it's his fault because they needed his DNA to make that happen, and he feels bad. And then Sinister's like, "Don't worry about that. You don't take all the blame. Just put your faith in Sinister." So, and then that's it. That's the end.
I have to admit, we had conversations more than once on who's our favorite villain. I keep forgetting about that dude. He
Mhm.
has been a monster
Yeah.
in the Marvel universe. He really has. He really has.
Yep. So yeah, that was it. That was a good episode. I mean, and they all get good from here on out. I think the only one that was weak was the Jubilee one with the Mojo verse.
Yeah, but you had to let them tell the story before the action kicked in. They actually did the whole series very well, in my opinion, because the action improves, the situation deepens,
Mhm.
and its intensity becomes more extreme. In all honesty,
Yeah.
I did love the whole series. Remember, we talked about this before. Very deep, very well done. Creative twists in the plot, all of that. I thought it was phenomenal. I
Mhm.
thought it was phenomenal, man.
Yeah, it was very faithful to the original. They followed
Yes.
the storyline. They didn't try to do all new stuff. You know, they stayed with the story. They didn't deviate. Didn't change
They
one thing.
did. There was a couple of changes I felt, but that may be because I didn't read the comic book or know the true origin of a lot of the characters. That's why I don't give them too much hassle as much as everybody else does. They did this wrong. They did that wrong. Y'all may not realize what was supposed to have been done over what you have read was going to be done.
Yeah.
Let it all play out. That's why I enjoy these movies so much. Let them all play out.
Yeah. A lot of people said that the changes they made in this cartoon actually was easier to comprehend and understand and kind of flowed better than what they did in the comic books. Because in the comic books, they got real complicated. But this one, they simplified it and made
It
it easy.
probably did make it more complicated. You got to realize this is the third iteration, to use a word you had earlier, of X-Men as an animated series. And it's about to be the fifth iteration of X-Men in its entirety.
Yeah.
Because you get two different versions on the movies, two different versions on the cartoons. Now we're on another version right now.
Yeah.
I say let it ride. Let it ride. I'm enjoying it so far.
Yep. So, anybody any questions before we go? But yeah, that's it. That was the episode, and it's going to get better from here. It just seems like, how can you guys keep doing? You keep topping it, man. It's getting better and better every time. But I still, man, I cannot hear Rogue say those words, holding Kim's body without getting emotional. Still, if I listen to it, I'll be like, "Ooh."
She loved that dude. She did love that dude.
She did, and she never got a chance to say, "I picked you in the end. I did reject Magneto." He didn't even get to know that. He died before she could tell him.
Because they were tighter when Magneto wasn't necessarily in the picture. I don't even remember him and Rogue having anything. Magneto, that is. I know she had a thing for Gam, but I never remember this. I was watching the cartoon like, yo.
Yeah, they didn't show it in the cartoons, but it is something from the comic books.
Yes. Yeah, Rich, you get a chance. It's on Disney Plus. It's X-Men 97. It's actually very good. You for those of us who remember the older cartoons, if you don't know about this is deeper and more intense. Um, and I'll say that as how the old episodes were a lot of action and a lot of energy. This has a more emotional, deeper storyline. I
Mhm.
thoroughly enjoyed it. I would recommend it to any former, current X-Men fan out there, period. Go ahead and watch this.
Yeah,
Seriously. I've seen the movies and the cartoons. Y'all go ahead and check this out for real.
yeah. I've always said if you liked the cartoons as a kid, this is for you. This is for the adults that were kids that watched the original. This is
Absolutely. Yes. All of us from the 90s cartoon when we was Saturday morning sitting here like this. You
Mhm.
put the milk up so you wouldn't leave it out because if you left it out, it was going to spoil by the end of the episode. That's what I'm talking about.
Now we just need to do them to do this for Spider-Man. The
I got
Spider-Man.
Spider-Mans and Batmans and Supermans out there. This is good. This is good.
Mhm. Yeah, this was really good. And I think I just heard that they got nominated for an Emmy award.
This
Just
thing,
this cartoon did, yeah.
I like to see who was up against.
Yeah, I don't know, but I
I
heard
would
that.
like to see who was up against this animated series because the only thing that would take these out, in my opinion, would be those DC animated movies.
At
Those
least.
are phenomenal. If you don't know about them, they got that Crisis on Infinite Earths I saw part one. Part two came out a couple days ago. I got to watch that too. They're doing good with both sides. And the animated movies, I think, will be phenomenal for both of them because both of them are making money, even though Marvel's killing it.
Yeah. Actually, that DC movie you're talking about, part 3 just came out
On what? Crisis on Infinite Earths?
because they showed 2 already. This is 3 now. They just came out with 3. I just saw it. 2 was a little bit. 1 was good. 3 was good. 2 was.
I ain't seen no part three. No, I ain't seen no parts of part three.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I've
was.
seen the one and the two. I haven't seen three yet. I'm looking right now.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, I see part two only.
Yeah.
Um, you get a chance to look that up, honestly.
The one where all the Earths are like getting destroyed and everything, and
The one with the Flash in them. Because part two just came out not too long ago. Seriously, I saw part one. There's a part two. I haven't seen a part three yet.
okay.
So yeah, you're gonna make me look.
I'll see if I can find the info for you. But
Not
yeah, if Marvel keeps this up, I mean, if you bring the X-Men live action and make it as good as this, you're gonna make a lot of money.
They've done good with the live action, honestly. We love the cartoon, but they've done good with the live action. They've improved upon it. It's a matter of who's playing the characters. And it's going to be, I'm a little biased being old school on who I want to see do what. I'm kind of definitive on Storm. I will say this. You know who wants to play Bishop, and it's pretty much going to fight for the character the same way Ryan Reynolds was fighting for Deadpool.
Who was it?
Method Man.
Really?
He
Wow.
said he has researched that he has got to play Bishop.
Okay.
Man wants to be Bishop. Big ups to Kelsey Grammer for when he was Beast. I think he's a phenomenal actor, even though I didn't think he fit that character. Kelsey Grammer did an outstanding job in that first X-Men movie series. I still say how Angela Bassett should be Storm. Maybe she doesn't want to. I apologize. I think Felicia Rashad could pull it off. But she's up there too. I don't know if she may want to do it. But Halle Berry, nothing against her for real. She just wasn't who we wanted to be in that character. But she played it fine.
And whoever wrote the line was disrespectful. What happens to a toad when it gets hit by lightning? Same as everything else for Halle Berry.
Yes,
Disrespectful.
that was. I hate to see Patrick Stewart not play Professor X, but James McAvoy is going to do it. Patrick Stewart's getting up there in age. I've seen that on Picard. He's getting up there. So I don't know who else is going to do Magneto besides who they got. I'm fine with that. So far, so good on everything. I don't have any major disappointments with the movies. It's just about whether or not they're going to outdo the previous one. That's their greatest challenge. The same way with Avengers was.
Yeah, definitely. And I know a lot of people are saying it's going to be X-Men versus Avengers. I'm like, could be. They could do that. Maybe. We don't know.
They could, but they'll have to come together again anyway.
We got in the last Miss Marvel movie, what's her name now?
Brie Larson?
No.
The other one.
The new name is Photon, but they don't call her that in this movie. She's also been called Captain Marvel.
She's the real Captain Marvel.
What did they call her? The black character, the woman.
Yes, she's the real one.
What did they call her in this movie? Didn't they give her a name? I can't remember.
I forgot what they called her on the Multiverse movie. I forgot what they called her, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so she actually crossed over into another universe where the X-Men exist, and Kelsey Grammer, you hear his voice as Beast and everything, and then she sees her mom, but that's not her mom, and she's like, I don't have no kids. What are you talking about?
Right.
So that was interesting. So that's a whole nother universe where X-Men actually exist, and they mentioned the Professor too. So
I'm saw this on Instagram threads. I don't know how reliable it is, but they actually showed the Deadpool scene, and actually it was Wesley Snipes complimenting some fan work that was done. They had Blade walking away from a fight, and Deadpool was in the background, like, you know what that means.
Now you talk about a movie that's gonna make a lot of money. Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, it's about to break the box office, but if they bring Wesley Snipes back as Blade,
they can. They can literally do anything because this is a universe where anything could happen.
Anything can happen, and it's the possibilities are endless. But nobody wants to see Blade without Wesley Snipes, whether he's up there in age or not. They shot down the reboot already because they couldn't come to a deal or agreement, or whatever. And Wesley Snipes is on social media talking smack because he is the actual original Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Blade is the original. It made $500 million, and they don't want to give him his credit or his props. He was the original. Man, please. It's 48 minutes. I'm not.
And wasn't it three movies?
He did 3 movies. They want to do another, but I'll admit he was getting up there in age. There almost isn't anything else that he could do with that character except join others in their fights.
And Ryan Reynolds was in the third one. Just throwing
Right.
that out.
Thank you. I heard they had a little bit of an issue with each other, but when it comes to making money, you got to realize Blade was independent.
Mhm.
Ryan is pretty much independent with Deadpool right now.
Yep.
Those two independent minds coming together and capitalizing can happen. Just a matter of whether that's going to make it work.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's gonna make a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yes. Yes, Rich. Blade is the original Marvel movie for the Marvel Universe, MCU, all of that. They got their money off of Blade because he did it for Marvel. And it
Mhm.
made $500 million. Their first Blade was phenomenal. Nobody will deny it. The first and the second one were the greatest. They really were.
Yeah, for sure.
And all they got to do is bring him back and let him do his work.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
all they got to do. And him and Blade together with Wolverine, holy smokes. Unfortunately, he might be the weakest character.
I just thought something funny. If Blade shows up with Deadpool there and Deadpool says, "Hey, Blade." That's a private joke. Y'all ain't gonna know what we're talking about.
End the show. Because I can see his crazy butt doing it too. I can see him doing it.
Oh, that's
Hey,
funny.
wow.
If you know, you know.
Yes, if you know, you know. You may have to clip that one for her.
Exactly.
So I got an idea.
That is too funny. That is
That
too
is
funny.
hilarious. That was a good one, Rich. That was a good one. She's gonna get you for that. You know that, right?
She totally is. Totally
She's
is.
gonna get you for that.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And
Hey,
if you
man, I appreciate that, but I hope it didn't take too long. All of y'all out there, don't get mad at him for how I was acting. He knows how crazy I am. We just asked me to come up here once, so but this was fun. I appreciate you, man, for real.
if y'all want Tony back, you better put it in the comments. Let us know. Just
That's
saying.
right. I did, Rich. I did.
That's so funny. All right, y'all. So you guys have a good one, and hopefully we'll do another episode real soon. Melanie says no comprendo. I'll tell you.
Right.
I'll explain later. But
No entiendes.
yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you soon with episode 7 really soon. I'm already working on the graphics for that one, so hopefully it'll happen real soon. So